They say money changes people. But I tell you this, money doesn't change anyone, it reveals them. When I wrote, "The wealth of the rich is their fortified city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor," I wasn't speaking about gold or silver. I was speaking about wisdom, the true currency of life. Because without wisdom, wealth destroys, and without wealth, wisdom is silenced. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might change how you see money forever. When I ruled over Israel, I watched two kinds of men, and both misunderstood money. The first man ignored it. He was comfortable living in lacks. He said, "God will provide," but refused to till his own field. He prayed for rain but never planted a seed. Then trouble came. His roof leaked. His crops failed. His children cried from hunger. And suddenly he lifted his hands toward heaven and said, "Lord, why have you forsaken me?" But heaven was silent, because the same God who gave him faith also gave him hands to work and a mind to plan. That man's poverty was not his test, it was his teacher. But sadly, he never learned. Now the second man, oh, he was different. He worshipped money. Every sunrise found him counting coins. Every sunset chasing another deal. He was celebrated by men, envied by neighbors, but unknown by his own children. His wife's smile faded into loneliness. His laughter disappeared behind contracts and meetings. He gained the world, but lost his peace. And though his house was large, he lived inside a prison of his own success. A luxury prison, yes, but a prison nonetheless. Both men were fools. One was destroyed by poverty, the other by prosperity. Different roads, same ruin. Now hear me. Wealth is not evil. Gold does not corrupt. Money does not lie. It merely amplifies the heart of the one who holds it. If a fool finds gold, he becomes a louder fool. If a wise man finds gold, he builds a kingdom. You see, wealth was never meant to be a god. It was meant to be a guardian, a shield, not an idol. It is a tool for building families, securing futures, and protecting dreams. But when misunderstood, it becomes a weapon, pointed right back at its owner. Hey, if you're into real, down-to-earth money talks and mindset shifts that actually teach you something, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Point 1. Wisdom first, wealth follows. When the Almighty appeared to me in a dream and said, "Ask for anything you desire," I could have asked for riches, fame, or long life. But instead I said, "Give me an understanding heart." And God replied, "Because you have asked for wisdom, not riches, I will give you both." Did you catch that? I didn't chase wealth. Wealth chased me. Because money follows wisdom, not hustle, not hype, not luck, wisdom. So my question to you, are you pursuing wealth, or are you pursuing wisdom? Because one makes you rich temporarily, the other makes you wealthy forever. Many people labor endlessly, yet remain poor. They wake up early, grind through traffic, endure bosses they despise, and still they live paycheck to paycheck. They think more hours equals more money. But that's not true. That's slavery, with extra steps. I once said, "The labor of fools wearies them, for they do not know the way to the city." Translation: hard work without direction leads nowhere. Type it in the comments section, and I'll give you a heart. Hard work without direction leads nowhere. Imagine a man running on a treadmill. He's sweating, he's exhausted, but he's still in the same spot. That's how many live their financial lives. They move a lot, but never advance. Why? Because they confuse motion with progress. Wisdom teaches you where to run, not just how fast. Point 2. When churches don't teach stewardship. Now let's speak the truth, even if it offends. Many of you have been taught that wanting wealth is sinful, that to be broke is to be holy. They quote, "Money is the root of all evil," but they misquote scripture. It says, "The love of money is the root of all evil." There's a world of difference. Money is neutral. It takes on the nature of its master. If a righteous man holds it, it builds hospitals. If a wicked man holds it, it funds corruption. So don't despise money. Direct it. Don't worship money. work with it. Even the patriarchs you revere, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, were men of great substance. Joseph managed the entire economy of Egypt. Do you call them evil? No, you call them blessed. Then why feel guilty when you desire the same? The problem is not wealth. The problem is ignorance of purpose. Here's the balance I learned. Build your fortress, but never live inside your vault. Save, but don't hoard. Invest, but don't obsess. Work hard, but rest deeply. Your children don't need your riches. They need your presence. Your wife doesn't want your earnings. She wants your attention. Your God doesn't need your money. He wants your obedience. I once said, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth, and he adds no sorrow with it. So if your wealth brings anxiety, broken relationships, or emptiness, that's not a blessing. That's bondage wrapped in luxury. America is a land flowing with opportunity, yet many live like beggars with kingly potential. You chase promotions, markets and trends, but neglect the one thing that guarantees abundance: wisdom. Remember this. The poor man says, money will solve my problems. The rich man says, money caused my problems. But the wise man says, money simply exposes who I am. So I ask you, if I gave you everything you prayed for today, would your character be strong enough to keep it tomorrow? If your answer is uncertain, then don't seek more money, seek more wisdom. Because when wisdom becomes your foundation, wealth will become your fortress, not your ruin. Now, if this message spoke to your heart, write this in the comments. Money follows wisdom. When I see your comment, I'll know you are among the few who understand. And if you desire more lessons from my writings, ancient truths made modern, subscribe to this channel. Let's continue. They call me the wisest man who ever lived. But if you could see the mistakes I made before wisdom found me, you'd know I wasn't born wise. I was humbled into it. When I said, the wealth of the rich is their fortified city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor, I wasn't talking about money alone. I was describing the power of mindset. Because the truth is, your prayers are not broken. Your mindset is. Let me show you what I mean. Point 3. Your prayers are not broken. Your mindset is. Picture this. A man is drowning in a raging river. He prays, God, please save me. Moments later, a boat arrives. The captain shouts, climb in. But the man refuses, saying, no, God will save me. Then a helicopter hovers above. The rescuer lowers a ladder, but again the man waves them off. Later, in heaven, he looks at God and asks, Lord, why didn't you save me? And God replies, I sent a boat and a helicopter. What more did you want? That, my friend, is how many believers treat financial wisdom. They pray for breakthroughs, but reject the very principles that bring them. They cry, Lord, bless me financially, and then ignore the book that literally contains the blueprint. I wrote, wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. And the very next verse says, long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. So I ask you, why chase money when wisdom holds it in her hand? Money is what you get when you apply wisdom, but poverty is what you earn when you ignore it. If your faith doesn't change how you think about money, then you don't need a miracle, you need a new mindset. People look at my wealth and say, Solomon, you were lucky. No, I was strategic. I didn't build temples and empires by wishing upon stars. I built them through systems, trade routes and partnerships that served people, not just myself. The Queen of Sheba didn't travel across deserts with gold, just for tea and conversation. She came to learn. She wanted to see how the wisdom of God became an economy. See, I didn't just possess wealth. I created value, and value always attracts wealth. The same is true in your world today. You want success, don't chase the bag, chase the problem. Because money doesn't go to the most talented, it goes to the most useful. The millionaires and billionaires of your age aren't magicians, they're problem solvers. They understood something I wrote long ago. A man's gift makes room for him, and brings him before great men. So let me ask you, are you chasing quick money, or are you developing divine strategy? Are you building systems, or just hustling endlessly? Are you praying for rain, but never planting seed? The truth is, faith without a plan is fantasy. Point 4. Think bigger. From bills to generational blessings. Now let's talk about something your schools rarely teach: legacy. Most people aren't broke because they're lazy. They're broke because they think small. They plan for groceries, not grandchildren. They aim to get by, instead of asking, how can I change my family's financial destiny for generations to come? I once wrote, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That's 3 generations, not 3 paychecks. But here's the problem. Many of you can't see past the next bill. You live in survival mode, praying for manna instead of building fields. Let me put it this way. If you're on a road trip and only fill your gas tank enough to reach the next town, would you call that planning, or panicking with a sprinkle of denial? When I built my kingdom, I didn't say, let me just get enough wood for one house. I thought in temples, fleets, and generations. I built trade systems, educational structures, and inheritance plans, not just for my reign, but for those who'd come after me. That's why you still speak my name thousands of years later, because I didn't just live, I built something worth remembering. You see, survival is about you. Legacy is about them. So stop thinking in terms of bills. Start thinking in terms of bloodlines. Money is unstable, currencies fall, markets crash, but wisdom never loses value. It is recession-proof, inflation-proof, and time-proof. I said it plainly, choose my instruction instead of silver, knowledge rather than choice gold. Why? Because money can buy a house, but only wisdom can make it a home. Money can buy a business, but only wisdom can make it thrive. Let me tell you a story. A man wins the lottery, millions overnight. He buys the mansion, the sports cars, the vacations, and for a moment he believes he's living the dream. Fast forward 5 years, he's bankrupt, depressed, forgotten. Why? Because he received wealth without wisdom, and wealth without wisdom is like water in a cracked jar. It leaks until there's nothing left. Now another man, a simple barber, starts small. He learns, reinvests, trains others, builds systems. A decade later, he owns multiple shops and employs dozens. His secret: wisdom before wealth. Wisdom teaches you how to make money, how to manage it, how to multiply it, and most importantly, how to use it without letting it use you. That's the real difference between rich men and wise men. Rich men add zeros, wise men add generations. Point 5. Stop praying for money, start praying for wisdom. Now my question to you, child of the modern world, how long will you pray for money, but reject wisdom? Do you not see? The answer to every financial prayer is not a miracle, it's instruction. You don't need God to drop money from heaven. You need to apply the principles He already gave you. You say you want a breakthrough, but breakthrough begins in the mind, because once you have wisdom, the money will come, and when it comes, it won't destroy you. It will develop you. It won't just change your bank account, it will change your marriage, your children, and the destiny of your bloodline. That's not fantasy, that's my story, and it can be yours too. America is filled with opportunity, but few have vision. You have the technology, the freedom, the resources, but without wisdom, all you'll build is a prettier version of poverty. You can have multiple incomes, yet no impact. You can own houses, yet feel homeless inside. But when wisdom becomes your foundation, everything else falls into divine order. That's when your wealth becomes not a prison, but a fortress, not a curse, but a calling. So I leave you with this. Let money be your servant, not your master. Let wealth build your family, not bury your soul. And let wisdom, eternal, unshakable, divine wisdom, be the architect of your legacy. They call me the wisest man who ever lived, but wisdom alone didn't make me wealthy. Understanding did. You see, gold fades, empires fall, but wisdom multiplies what gold cannot buy. Peace, purpose, and prosperity that outlast generations. So before you scroll away, looking for a get-rich-quick secret, let me ask you this. Are you building your wealth on sand or on wisdom? Because I didn't just build a temple, I built a system, and if you listen closely, I'll show you how to do the same in your own world, even if your kingdom right now is a one-bedroom apartment and a dream that won't die. Point 6. Monetize your mind. Solomon did. You know, people love to picture me sitting on a golden throne, sipping wine from a diamond cup, while choirs sing psalms in the background. Nice image, right? But here's the truth. I wasn't just a king. I was a consultant. Leaders, nations, and kings traveled across deserts just to ask me questions, and they didn't come empty-handed. They brought gold, spices, and treasures, all to hear me speak for an hour. That was the ancient version of consulting, coaching, and content creation. Today you call it monetizing your expertise. If you've spent years learning how to solve problems, whether it's in business, parenting, relationships, or design, stop sitting on that wisdom like it's worthless. Package it, publish it, profit from it. Don't say, "Who would pay me?" Say instead, "Whose life will be better because I share what I know." In my time I had scrolls. You have smartphones, cameras, and the internet. You can reach more people in one day than I could in a lifetime. So why stay silent when your wisdom could feed your family and free your generation? Remember this: gold is mined from the ground, but the richest gold you'll ever find is in your mind. Type that in the comments section, and I'll give you a heart. Gold is mined from the ground, but the richest gold you'll ever find is in your mind. Point 7. Build wealth through strategic partnerships. When I built the temple, the most magnificent structure in Israel, I didn't do it alone. I partnered with King Hiram of Tyre, who had what I didn't: cedar trees, skilled builders, and trade routes. He supplied the resources, I supplied the vision. That temple wasn't built on hustle, it was built on collaboration. Now let me ask you, who are you building with? If your circle only talks about celebrity gossip, the latest sports scores, or what's trending on social media, but never talks about purpose, passive income, or legacy, you're not surrounded, you're suffocated. You see, one wise partnership can do more for your destiny than 10 years of grinding alone. Jesus sent his disciples out 2 by 2 for a reason. Even I, with all my wisdom, knew I couldn't build an empire by myself. So find people who complement your weaknesses. If you're the dreamer, find the doer. If you're the speaker, find the scribe. If you're the visionary, find the builder. Because isolation builds walls, but partnership builds kingdoms. Point 8. Charge what you're worth. Solomon did. When the Queen of Sheba came to visit me, she didn't come with compliments. She came with camels loaded with gold, spices, and precious stones. Why? Because I didn't undervalue my insight. Today too many people are giving away gold at the price of gravel. You've turned your gift into a hobby, and then wonder why no one takes it seriously. You teach for free, design for cheap, consult for exposure, and sell yourself short, all because you fear rejection. But let me tell you something. People don't respect what you don't respect about yourself. The Queen didn't pay me because I begged her to. She paid me because she recognized value, and I presented myself as valuable. So next time you price your service, your art, or your time, ask yourself, am I thinking like Solomon, or like someone afraid their gift won't be received? Remember, when you discount your value, you also discount your destiny. Point 9. The scarcity mindset. The real financial prison. Let's talk honestly. Most people aren't broke because they don't make money. They're broke because they think like poor people, even after they get paid. They save nothing, invest nothing, and plan for nothing, because deep down they believe there's never enough. That's not poverty, that's fear. I wrote the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Proverbs 21:20. Translation: stop eating your future today. Saving isn't being stingy. Investing isn't being greedy. Stewardship isn't obsession, it's obedience. When you believe there's always more where that came from, your hands open. But when you believe this might be my last, your hands close, and so does your opportunity. Scarcity isn't an economic issue, it's a spiritual one. It's the fear that what you have is all you'll ever get. But let me tell you a secret from the throne. When you manage what you have like a king, heaven trusts you with more. Point 10. Align your wealth with divine purpose. Now listen carefully. This is the final piece, the cornerstone of the entire system. I didn't ask God for riches. I asked for wisdom to lead well, and what happened? He gave me wealth, peace, influence, and legacy as bonuses. That's how divine wealth works. It's never the goal, it's the byproduct of purpose. Do you know why so many rich people are miserable? Because their wealth has no reason. They bought everything except the meaning. If your wealth has no purpose, it will never satisfy. So ask yourself, why do I want to be rich? To show off, or to show up for others? I built palaces, fleets, gardens, and libraries, but my greatest treasure wasn't the gold I stored. It was the wisdom I shared. Seek purpose first, and prosperity will follow you like a loyal servant. Chase money first, and you'll be running your whole life. Remember, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto you. Finally, so my friend, what will you choose? Will you settle for surviving, or will you rise to the kind of legacy I built? Will you chase checks, or chase wisdom, knowing that everything else follows? Will you shrink your vision to fit your paycheck, or stretch your mindset to match God's promise? Don't just earn, learn. Don't just build income, build impact. Don't just dream for yourself, dream for your children's children. If this video brought you value or stirred something in you, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Videos like this take weeks of research, writing, and care to create. Don't just watch and go away. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to hear what stuck with you the most, so tell me, what's stopping you? It's not God, it's not Solomon, it's only your mindset. So maybe it's time to think like a king, and start building like one. I'll see you on the next one.